What's going on, guys? FallenRedZeo here, and today we're looking at the Mega Construx Masters of the Universe Castle Greyskull. So this is a replica of the Castle Greyskull, but made out of Mega Construx, so kind of like the cheaper rip-off Legos. But I somewhat enjoy Mega Construx. Like, these He-Man things are pretty cool, and I get all the Pokemon that they make, so I deal with a lot of Mega Construx. And so we got the Castle Greyskull here for my brother. This is his. He's wanted, of course, he's a huge He-Man fan, and so he wanted this Greyskull as soon as we saw that it was being made. And so unfortunately, though, the price is super expensive. I think you most likely find it for $250 usually, and we've been able to find it at like our Thank Geek store, and you can find it online and everything. But we were able to actually get this from Walmart's website, and I think it's still up there, so if you want this too, you can go there and find it. And they're selling it for $125, so pretty much 50% off, so that's a really great deal. So once we saw that, we're like, we've got to get it, so we jumped right on it and got this. So it's pretty cool. It's a nice big old Castle Greyskull. I don't know if you can see, but up here in the corner it shows that it kind of opens up and there's some sort of playability that goes onto it. It says that it's 13.4 inches high, and once it's open, it's 19.15 inches wide, and it's considered part of the Pro Builder series, so it's 14 plus. And then there's 3,508 pieces, which for that piece count in this, well, compared to Lego usually, this is a really great deal for $125. So the box is pretty cool. So it has the artwork there on the front, you know, of what the actual item is, and there's stuff all over the side. So there's like a picture of the figures on the top. If we go to the side, there's a Skeletor there. On the back, we'll look here in a second, He-Man on the other side. Then the inside there, were each like section had individual boxes, so there are 4 boxes total, and each box had like different characters on and stuff. But here's a look what the inside of the castle is going to look like. Of course, we'll see it in person stuff, but it has all sorts of cool things that go on in there. I don't know much about He-Man. The only He-Man or Masters of the Universe stuff I've watched was like the 2002 series, so I know pretty much like the characters and stuff, but beyond that, I don't know much about any of this stuff. So I don't know what any of this stuff is on the inside, but you can see it's got different parts. You can kind of pop some pieces off if you want. It's kind of modular a little bit, which is kind of cool, but it's cool just to keep it all together and stuff. And so it opens and closes, so it's all pretty fun and cool. And we have all the characters on the side here, which of course we will look at individually, and it just looks super cool. And then I did also want to show the book here. So here is the book, and it is huge. You can see how thick it is. It's a pretty big book, and it took us a long time to build. Like, it took us multiple days. Of course, don't have all the time in the world, but we just spent a couple hours, you know, over like a week or two just trying to get this built and finished up. So it all looks really cool, and I'm excited to show this to you guys. So if you want it, you can go pick it up as well. And like I said, try and go from Walmart so you can get it for that half price. So let's go ahead and start checking out the stuff. We'll go and start with the characters and then look at the actual castle itself. So here are 6 minifigures, at least that's what I'm going to call them. And so we get different He-Man characters. We have some exclusive versions. Now, I don't know what's different about them. I know I've seen like the different, more regular versions, but there's some like exclusive designs and stuff to some of these. So I don't know exactly what they are, but I'll just kind of show what we got. So we'll start off with He-Man, of course. So we have Prince Adam here, but in his He-Man form. So it looks just like the classic 80s He-Man. Has the horrible haircut, of course, the super ripped body, the chest armor that can hold the sword. He's got the little fur underwear on and fur boots at the bottom. So what's cool with these compared to like Lego minifigures, they actually have like joints and move around and everything. So you can see the shoulder has joints. It has an elbow joint that can twist around and stuff. So it's a lot like a little mini action figure, which is pretty cool. So that, like I said, they have all joints and stuff so they can move. They have knee joints and everything. So that's pretty cool. So as you can see, He-Man comes with some weapons. So he has his shield, of course. He has the axe and the power sword there on his back that kind of goes into the little slot there that can hold on to it. So he has multiple weapons he can hold on to and everything. So that's pretty cool. Then of course we have to have Skeletor, which again looks pretty cool. This doesn't look very different. He looks like just basic normal Skeletor, so I think it's just normal. There's look, of course, his skull face and like that neon yellow color there. You can see his red eyes and everything. Has the purple hood on, then his purple armor there around his chest, purple leather underwear there, and then the little shin guards there, and you can see his all blue skin there. We even got these giant weird 3-toed feet and everything. And then he comes with his Havoc staff that has like the big goat head on it and stuff. Again, he has posability and everything. Looks really cool. Then we've got He-Man's right-hand man, which is Man-at-Arms. And so the only thing that's really different about this, usually Man-at-Arms has a mustache and this one doesn't. So I don't know if that's like the only thing different or if his colors are off or something. Not 100% sure. But we have Man-at-Arms there with his giant metal helmet on. Of course, his like cybernetic, at least what I call like body armor there. So it has some all sorts of contractions, breathing, and everything that goes on with it. He has like an all-green body, which is kind of cool. He has underwear just like He-Man. Has the fur boots on, and he has a metal shin guard on his left leg. Then he has some shoulder armor on his left here, so up on his arm, and then his hand there is kind of robotic. And then he has his like club thing there on that sticks onto his back. You can pull off and obviously stick into his hand, but it's not really important. You can stick it on either side there. But it looks pretty cool. You know, it's very much Man-at-Arms and everything. Just looks a little bit different. And next up we have who's considered the goddess, but it's pretty much just a different version of Teela, and she was often combined with Teela. At least by what I was reading about the old like classic 80s stuff, is that she was supposed to be a separate character, but when they made her, they kind of just made her a Teela, and then her name's all supposed to be Teela, and then they kind of switched switched from the goddess with the whole snake stuff into the sorceress, which we'll see in a second. So this is pretty much a new exclusive version of Teela in the goddess version. She has a giant like snake helmet there on her head, which looks pretty cool, like the cobra, and she's all green body and like green outfit there. As you can kind of see under there, she's got all like green and gold on her. Looks pretty cool down to the fur boots and everything. Reminds me kind of like Poison Ivy or something, but she has a gold shield and a gold spear that goes along with it, which looks pretty cool. And then we've got a Beastman, which again I think is a new exclusive version because he doesn't look like the normal Beastman. He's a lot more just all red compared to his normal like orangish fur color. So I don't like the look since it's just like there was just when the cheap version just made it all red. But you can see his body's like a normal red color, then like his armor and extra like fur and stuff is a deeper darker red, which again is kind of what I don't like about it, but it looks cool. It's got all these spikes and everything come off of his armor and everything, and I like all the additional like fur detail stuff, especially on his legs. He's got like the fur boots of He-Man, but they kind of go up a little higher, and on his forearms and everything. Looks pretty cool. And then he has his whip that he usually uses as a weapon and stuff. Looks pretty cool there for Beastman. And our last character is the Sorceress, which is pretty cool. Now I don't know a lot about her, so I don't know exactly what she does and everything. I know she's just kind of like a powerful being in the He-Man universe, but she looks pretty cool. Again, I think this may be an exclusive version, maybe different colors or something, but it looks pretty cool. So there's a look at her face. So I like how she has like, I think she's a hawk or a falcon, I can't remember which one, or it could even be an eagle for all I know. I don't know, it's some sort of bird, but I like the headpiece there where of course it looks like much like a bird head and stuff. You can see her face there. Then she's got the white outfit into like the dress with the blue arms, even down to the blue boot with the white fur on it. And then she has like these wings that come off of her, of course attached to her hand and then attached into the back of her shirt there. And so they've got the wings of the bird, so the orange and the blue look very cool. I like that color scheme, and her staff there as well with the bird on the top of it as well looks pretty cool. And then she also comes with a bird, which I believe in the show and stuff she like transforms into the bird and can fly around and stuff. Not 100% sure though, but there's a look at the bird itself in bird form, so it looks exactly like her outfit and everything, just in an actual bird form, and it comes on this red perch and stuff. So again, very cool, especially that it comes with both of those together. And now we have actual Castle Greyskull, and so it looks pretty cool. I wish I could fit it more into the camera, but I'll have to like show the bottom and then go up to the top and show you. But it looks pretty cool. So we have the giant skull there, of course, of Greyskull, and a look at the outside here, so you can see a lot of like details material, just like the 1x2 bricks, and then the little like barrels and stuff that are made mostly up of like the sides and stuff, then all the little rock work down on the side and stuff. Of course we have the drawbridge that's kind of fell down. It doesn't stay up, unfortunately, which is really annoying that it can't like stay up. It just completely falls down every single time. I don't know if we did something wrong or what, but it just kind of falls down like that. But there's a look at it with it up, and I like the shield and the two swords on it and stuff, and looks pretty cool. But the skull looks pretty cool. So it has like these two giant like things hanging down. Of course all the little teeth design, especially on the drawbridge here, you can see all the teeth, so it kind of all fits together. And then the actual skull, so you can see the eyes and the nose, and there's like some, you know, cheekbones and stuff, and it goes up higher, which we'll see in a second. But again, I just want to show the outside of this. And so we have like two different towers on each of the side here. We have a little platform up on the left side here for me, and as we'll turn it around just so you can get an all-around view of it here, you can see that's how wide it is there when it's all closed up together. But as we continue to turn around, you can see we have like another sort of tower on this side, and then another little section here, of course a window, another little like secret door as they call it, with some different windows and a roof and stuff. And then we turn to the side, you can see this is where it kind of opens flat and everything, and back around to the front. And then here's a look up at the top, so you can see the skull continue up into like a cool helmet design and stuff that comes up to the top. We have of course all sort of like ramparts, or what, I forget what they call this thing, but you know, the little areas up at the top. We have over here with the gun again. We'll see all more of this stuff on the inside. We have a window in this tower, and then we can turn it around and just see more of the top of what you didn't see the last time. So over here we have another more of like section of brown roof and everything, some more windows and some more like rubble and stuff of like things that have been broken apart and damaged over time and everything. So you can see all of that. Looks pretty cool. But now it's time to look at the inside. But before we go fully inside, I forgot to show it too. So with the door here, so the door, you know, sits up, and again it's not sitting fully closed for us, but you can also take the power sword here and stick it into this little slot, and it kind of flips a switch, and when you do that it kind of pushes the door open. So if the door would actually stick, you could take this, stick it in, so it's kind of like a key, press it in there, and it would open the door, and it activates this little black switch. I don't know if you can see it in there, it's kind of gonna be hard to see my fingers on it and everything, but yeah, it just activates that, which kind of just pushes it open. So like I said, it'd be nice if the door actually like stays shut, which as you can see a piece popped off, which is why it doesn't shut fully, because it has these little corners that kind of stick out into the side, so it doesn't allow it to close up in there and everything, so it just kind of pops them off if you do that. So it's just something, unfortunately, it doesn't allow it to do, but I just thought that was a cool feature I wanted to show you. But if we open it up here, you can see what it looks like on the inside. Again, we'll start at the bottom and then work our way up to the top. So as you come in the entrance over here, I'll say maybe you can see the black switch a little more. I don't really know if you can see that or not right there, but that's the little switch. So just on this side, we have some additional stuff. Again, I don't know what all this is supposed to be. It's just some stuff here, but I assume it's supposed to be, you know, playability. So we're going to have, you know, kind of like a battle scene or something. So we have over here like a little like turret thing that can spin around, and it looks like it's supposed to have some sort of like, you know, sharp objects on it. So like you can spin it around, you know, if someone walks in, they get hit with stuff and, you know, it'd like kill them or rip them up or whatever. So I just assume that's what that is, but it's just a nice fun little thing that spins around. So fun, again, a little play feature. Over to the side here, we have a little gel cell that has a door that can open up. So it has a little handle here you can pull onto and open it up, and it opens up. There's a chain hanging down you can attach to somebody. There's weird little pink arm things. I don't know what those are supposed to be, but those are in there as well, which is, I guess, a cool fun little detail. But you can take people, put them in the prison and everything, so that's kind of fun there too. So just a nice little gel cell that opens and closes. And over on this side, we don't have too much to do with anything. We do get our first little set of weapons here, so we have like a little armory thing. We are missing a weapon because one of the things didn't have the hole cleared out, so we couldn't attach like the top axe part onto the stick, so we don't have that, unfortunately. But we just get all sorts of different weapons stuff, some shields, some guns, some like spears, a sword, and a mace, and just all sorts of fun little weapon stuff. You can give these to additional characters and everything if you want, but it's just a nice little weapon stand. They don't stand up too well or anything. They're just kind of weird little things that just sit there pretty much. And then we also have a little ladder here, so ladder you can just, you know, sit wherever you want, just to, again, more playability. You can sit up. We did add this little thing onto here. It doesn't really go here, but you can take it and, you know, stick the ladder onto it, so that way it sticks on the ground and allows you up to this other level. So if you wanted to have that, again, playability feature, those are just extra pieces, which just came with a lot of extra pieces. It was really worrisome, especially dealing with Lego. You usually get, you know, one duplicate of little tiny pieces, but this came with a whole bunch of extra pieces of all different shapes and sizes, so it kind of worried me. But yeah, you would just take some and build a little thing like this to hold on to the ladder if you want it over to this side. And then we also have this little elevator that also can go up, so you can just push it up to each level that you want, all the way to the top and back down again. So you can just place a little character on these pegs and move them up and down to whatever floor you want them to. And as we move up now, we go into like a little command center area here. So we have all sorts of little like computers and machines. We have a screen here that has some like planets and stuff on it. You probably can't see too well up in there, but other than that, it just doesn't really do much. There's not really many features stuff. You can move it up and open it. There's a little section back in there. It has absolutely nothing in it, but it's just back there if you wanted to have it. So it's just, again, more little features and stuff that move around and play. And again, if you take the elevator all the way to the top, if we push it all the way up to the top here, it's cool that there's some weird little skulls there and stuff, but you can see the inside of the roofing and stuff. Our second little armory thing here, so it has some more weapons, some guns, some axes, a mace, and another shield there. So just another weird little thing that kind of just sits, so you just take it and sit up there. Another thing for people to get weapons from. But on the upper level, you know, it could be like if in bound stuff, you know, wanting to shoot down off of the walls or anything, so it has some playability. Area up here at the top has some stairs that go up around to the other side, where we again have like the battlements, and it's hard to see, but we have a flag up here that has two swords on it. Again, people can stand up here and shoot down and everything. But we come down over to this little level, which you can't really get to, which is kind of weird now that I think about it. There's no like way to really get up here. You'd have to like fall down here or something. I don't really know. It's kind of weird. But we have this first little compartment here that opens up, and we get, I think it's called the Orb of Grayskull. It's just a weird blue orb. It almost looks like a marble, and have some blue little clear pieces there to go around and stuff. Looks really cool though. I like the design. It'd be cool if it like lit up or something. But yeah, just hidden up there in this little door compartment. And then we go over to the gun here. So it's just like a turret gun, you know, it spins completely around, and it obviously looks like a gun here with two turrets on it. So you can just put a character on it, and they can, you know, be shooting around, and everything looks pretty cool. And our last little over here is in the middle. So we have a throne here. So a throne for, I guess, whoever is in charge of Grayskull at the moment. You can put them in here. I have a little open area on this side as well. But the throne looks pretty cool. I like the design and stuff of it with the gold and the blue gems and everything. So I have some flags in the background. I don't know what they're supposed to be. I assume for a good guy and bad guy group, and you can just move the chair or something. But just cool looking flags. Again, I don't know how well you can see that and stuff. Looks pretty cool. We have another little thing here holding two swords. We have two sword weapons and stuff. And then over to the side here, we have another little control panel thing. It has this weird little clear piece on a swivel thing, so it can swivel around. But it's got this weird like robot body mechanism on it, which looks pretty cool. It has a gun and everything. So it looks pretty cool. Again, I don't know what it's for, but it just looks cool, and it has a little machine over here to go along with it. But we do have a little trap door thing here, so it has like a carpet and stuff on it. It looks pretty weird. But if you move the chair to the side, the carpet moves out of the way, and it can drop someone down into the chamber here, down into the prison cell at the bottom that we saw earlier. So let's just take Man-at-Arms. We'll go and stick him up there on the thing, and then we'll just take the chair and move it to the side, and he falls down into the prison cell. So he's now trapped down in the bottom. Then I'll just grab and pull him out. So there, he's out of the bottom. So it's just, again, another fun little play feature feature added into it and everything, just to give you more to do with this entire castle. Oh, and I forgot to mention that on the back side here at the very bottom on this side, there is a little door you can just push on and it pops out, so it reveals like a secret door. So it's just holding onto a couple little pegs. So again, it's supposed to look like it's a completely flush door and stuff, but you can just easily push on it and it pops right out. And then also on the top over here, I forgot there is a little trap door. So over to the side of the chair, if you can see in there, so it's that little section that I said is just pretty empty over here to the side. So it has a little, again, trap door you just push onto and it opens the door out. So it allows people to come out onto the side here so they can stand up on this little like balcony thing there. So that's what that does as well. I forgot those two things. But other than what we showed, there's not really much more to do. So it's very much like, especially for us, this is just a display piece that, you know, have something that looks really cool that was made out of Mega Construx that we got to sit here and build this whole thing up. But for playability, like I said, there's not much. Obviously, if I was a little kid, you know, I'd probably have much more of an imagination, so I'd be able to play around with stuff a lot more and, you know, have a lot more fun playing with this sort of stuff. But like I said, for us, it's just kind of a big, nice display piece and everything. But I think for the price, you know, especially the price we paid with the half off price, it's very much more worth it than it would be at the $250. Like I said, it took us a long time, and with the amount of pieces you got, it was still a, you know, good price. But I think once, you know, with the lower price, it's definitely much more worth the value and everything. So I hope if you were interested in this Castle Greyskull, I kind of showed you some stuff and kind of cleared up some things, just showing you what's going on. What I didn't show you though, and I kind of don't want to do, is that the stuff does pop out. So like right here, there is a seam. So I think you take this piece out right here, just this little triangle piece, and then you can pop this side off, and then same with this side, another held on by a triangle piece. And there's usually a piece on the other side too, like on the floor pieces, there's usually like a piece that's held together there. So you can take them apart, separate, and maybe like rearrange the castle or something, however you want to do. But I just want to leave it in the normal castle thing, and I wish this door would stay up. That kind of annoys me about that. But I hope you enjoyed this Castle Greyskull. Again, if you want it for yourself, go check on the Walmart's website where you can find it on there. Like I said, last time I checked, it was still on there and available. So pay the half price instead of the full price for this thing, and if you are interested in it. Hopefully showing this kind of let you know if you are interested in getting this castle or not, if you think it's worth it. But I hope you enjoyed this review of the Mega Construx Castle Greyskull set. If you did, let me know with a thumbs up on the video. Leave any comments you have for me down below. Let me know what you think about the castle, if you think it's worth the price, and if you collect the Mega Construx sets. But thank you all so much for checking out this video. Stay awesome, and I'll see you next time.